Okay.
Ready? Come. Okay. Fine. ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवा गुंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः. Namaste to all of you. Yeah. Nice to see all of you. So we'll begin with our talks today. As Prabodh Bhai said, the topic for our talks this 4 days is going to be the essence of Mandukya Upanishad. But first of all today, we'll try to see why this knowledge of Upanishad is necessary in our life, so that we can directly connect with it. See, peace, happiness, satisfaction, adequacy, these are the words most coveted in our life. Everybody wants happiness. Is there any exception to this? No. There is not a single person or being rather who doesn't want happiness, and more so with human beings. But we have to ask ourselves as to our life is right from the beginning, and lives together, not just this life, has been characterized by this seeking happiness, seeking fulfillment. But it has been our experience that momentarily, once in a while, we do find it. We'll not negate that we don't find it, but it doesn't remain with us forever. We seem to find it in objects of the world. We seem to find it in relationships. We seem to find it in some places, some occasions, yes. But does it remain constantly with us? No. Because the very nature of this world and its objects is ephemeral. Everything but everything, the entire, you cannot see, if you want to come this side, you can, because, yeah, okay. Everything, because I will have difficulty in looking at you. I know, doesn't, if you are fine, but I need to see. I need to have that. He will have to sit down in that case. Sorry for this disturbance. So, we may find it. It's not that we do not find it. But here also, later on, we'll discuss as to we think that happiness seems to come from an object. But in reality, it is altogether different. That we'll discuss later. But at this moment, we have to first find out as to whether what we are seeking is what we find. And our need is pretty great. If I ask you a simple question as to for how long do you want happiness? For how long do you want peace? Then I think the categorical answer will be that I need it all the time. I need it in all the places and everywhere. Everywhere. At all the times, 24/7. I have this need for happiness. This is our need, and this is what we are constantly looking for. Right from the childhood. Right from the childhood, we have been after this. But if we examine our life, analyze our life, then we will find that we tried to find this happiness or peace or fulfillment or satisfaction, but temporarily we did find it, but very soon it eluded us. Very soon it eluded, and we were back to square one. So, from childhood onwards, the objects where we looked for it, temporarily, we did find it, but very soon it eluded us. So, objects after objects kept on changing. As a child, I was happy with some toys for some time. Very soon, after some time, I would get used to that toy and I will change it and look for some another thing. See, if we see this very minutely, then we will find that at every stage of life, objects changed, people changed, places changed, one after another. But the need or the pursuit or what we were looking after never changed. Objects of desire changed. People changed. But the desirer, the one who is looking, one who is seeking that happiness, did not change. He remains the same. Objects have changed in keeping with the stage of life, in keeping with our maturity or our growth. Objects have changed, but still, even today, and even until the last moment of our life, we will be seeking that. What does it say? It says that this we can discover only if we take a pause and take stock of life from time to time and find out whether what I have gained and what have I lost. In my life so far, What did I gain and what did I lose? If we look into this, we will find that a lot of my energy, lot of my time, lot of investment has been made, intellectual as well as emotional, and still, what is the condition today? Still, I am the same incomplete person. Same incomplete. Same vacuum is there. Same need is there. And a time comes, that we lose the capacity to enjoy things. No more is our body that fit to enjoy the objects which we were until a certain time. It is the fact of life. We are not criticizing anything. People also leave us or we leave them. Something or the other. Things just change. But my need for happiness, for peace, for comfort, for feeling good about myself, that remains the same. Then, only and this will continue until we take, as I said, until we sit back and think about life as to what have I done so far? Why have I come here for? What is the explicit purpose for which I have come here? What have I gained? And at what price? What is the price that I have paid? Only when we ask such questions, there is some ray of hope. And when this desire becomes strong, equally strong, as to why am I not finding it? The world is too large and it is full of different things. Why do I not find it? Where is it? And if there is a prayer, if there is that cry inside, that deep desire from within us as to please, O Ishvara, O Lord, where is it? In different cultures, this desire will be expressed in different way. This prayer will come out in different form. But when that comes out, then I will say, then that there will be an answer, I will get an answer to this in some form or the other. There is a very beautiful prayer in Vedas, particularly in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, if you have heard about it. It's a very famous one. I'm sure you must have heard about it. Asato ma sadgamaya, tamaso ma jyotirgamaya, mrutyor ma amrutam gamaya, which means what? O Ishvara, O Lord, please lead me from untruth to truth. Please lead me from death to life. Lead me from darkness to light. I'm fumbling somewhere. I don't seem to find it in spite of all my wealth, all my status, all my power, all my intelligence, all my people, everything. But still, there is vacuum inside. And this doesn't seem to fill up. What is the reason? I need a help. And when I may not, make it very loud. This need, I may not even express it, but inside this may be going on. And then, maybe because of our past karmas, past actions, past meritorious deeds, or this kind of prayer, we get the answer in some form or the other. It has to come. It will definitely come. And then we come across Upanishads. We come across this body of treasure which contains this answer. And Upanishad comes forward, Vedas come forward, scriptures come forward. They have the panacea for this. They have the answer for they have the key. They have the key to my problems. The problems which are at the core of my personality. This problem is there of what? Limitedness. I encounter limitations at every moment, limited by time, limited by space, limited by objectivity. In so many ways we find ourselves to be limited, and I can't accept it. I'm dependent. I don't like it. I have to stretch out my hands to the world. Give me some love. Give me some happiness. Take care of me. Take note of me. This need is always there. Is it destined that I'm going to be with this forever? That it cannot be. And as I said, scriptures have answer to this. And that is where comes Upanishad. That is where comes Upanishad. I'm just giving you a brief introduction regarding what Upanishad is. Then we will definitely come to Mandukya. But first of all, we should know what Upanishad is. Maybe it is what I'm looking for. So what is this Upanishad? Upanishad, the very word Upanishad declares, proclaims. If we know some Sanskrit, then we will know that the very word Upanishad shows that it is the knowledge of the self. And what kind of knowledge? The knowledge of what I have been seeking all along. All along, for lives together. That which I have been seeking for, the answer is contained in this Upanishad. So what is this Upanishad? As I said, the very word reveals. What is this Upanishad? It is made of three things. There is this prefix upa, ni and sada. There is a verbal root sada, the Sanskrit verbal root sad. To that, just need not worry about it, but I am just explaining. To that, two prefixes are attached, upa and ni. This upa, the meaning of this upa is samipa, that which is close to me. This will be the knowledge of something proximate to me, something close to me. Okay, what kind of knowledge will it be? Ni, that ni reveals. Nishchitam jnanam, which means what? The knowledge that will be given will be definite. The knowledge which I will be getting will be definite. And now, what is this knowledge? What is it going to do with us? That is revealed by the three meanings of the root sada. What is that? First one is gati, second one is Vishwaranam, and third one is avasadanam. I'll explain that. This knowledge is going to take me, is going to bring me to myself. This knowledge is going to bring me to myself. Gati means it will bring me, take me. Where? To myself. Okay. And what will it do? So how will it take me to myself? You know, it is what do you mean by it will take you to myself? Yes, because Upanishads declare, proclaim what? That you are what you are seeking. You are already what you are seeking, whatever you may be seeking. And as I said, our basic and the fundamental need is for happiness, for fulfillment, for peace. All these are synonyms. I want to be at ease, pleased with myself. That Upanishads, you are already that. Can we believe? Upanishads, because when I look within, I find what? That I am not happy. I am not at all happy with myself. I am not complete, and you are saying that you are already what you are seeking. Unbelievable. Yes, but this is the secret. This is the secret. And we have to, Upanishad says This is a very big thing about yourself which you do not know. Very big thing about your own self which you don't know. How come? How come I do not know? Because there is this phenomenon called ignorance in life. There is this ignorance, and ignorance of what? Ignorance of what? Ignorance of who I am. Ignorance of who I am. Imagine, doesn't it sound ironical that I don't know myself? You mean to say that I don't know myself and you are going to tell me as to who I am? Who are you to tell me? We can always ask, who are you to tell me as to who I am? And you have the audacity to say that you don't know yourself, and here we come and proclaim that to you. Yes, but exactly it is that. Upanishad says you are as you find yourself to be here and now. Here and now. At this moment. Even when I take myself to be woman, man, limited, this, that, with thousands of problems, complexes. Even when you take yourself to be like that, you are already the truth. You are already Satchidananda. You are the self, Atma, which is already what? Existence, consciousness, and happiness. Already. But what about this woman? What about the man? What about my personality? Yes, that is not your true self. You are not this body. You are not the mind. You are not the sense organs, the vital air. All of that are instruments given to you. Underneath that or pervading that is the self. Self means consciousness. And it has no form, no shape, no beginning, no end. It is subtle. It is just consciousness. And consciousness of the nature of happiness. We don't know this. So Upanishad, in that sense, by unfoldment of the nature of the self, will bring us to ourselves. By unfolding, of course, the text, different texts which go by the name of Upanishads, they unfold, they reveal the nature of the self. And to tell you another big thing is that the self is that which is non-different from Ishvara, and there is just one reality which you call by the name of the self, the truth of the self, the truth of the creation, and the truth of Ishvara is one, is just one. And that happens to be myself. This is what is the knowledge contained in the Upanishads. Okay? And the other root says Vishwaranam. Vishwaranam means loosening. So when this knowledge is given, immediately it doesn't sink in. We are not ready to accept. So in course of time, day in and day out, when you listen about this, when you become familiar, then in course of time, all my complexes, all my wrong perception about myself loosens up. And a time comes, avasadhanam, when it is destroyed. Then it gets destroyed. So this is the meaning of the word Upanishad. Upanishad means this. What? The knowledge of the self. And this is what is contained in the Vedas. Vedas have many such Upanishads. Roughly, they have counted, and they are more than 108, more than that. But 108 are available to us. Out of those 108 also, 10 Upanishads are considered to be very important. All of them are important. But you must have heard about this Adi Shankaracharyaji. He chose 10 Upanishad. Isha, Kena, Katha, Mundak, Mandukya, Prashna, Aitareya, Taitareya, Chandogya and Brihadaranyaka. These 10 Upanishads he selected. Why? Because they contain the methodology of teaching. They contain the methodology of teaching. And that is why these 10 are chosen by him, and he wrote commentaries upon that. It is because of that that the knowledge of the Upanishad we can understand. Otherwise, directly to understand those Upanishads is difficult. So he has helped us by writing the commentaries. Now, one of them is Mandukya Upanishad, which we are going to look into. One of them is Mandukya Upanishad. See, I would also like to tell you that there are 4 Vedas. How many Vedas are there? 4 Vedas. In all the 4 Vedas, you must have heard about them. Which are these 4? Rig Veda, Samaveda, Atharva Veda, Yajur Veda. Very good. These are the 4 Vedas. Actually, earlier there was just one body of Vedas, but Veda Vyasji, a very important figure, he edited them. He edited them into this 4. And all the Vedas have Upanishads in them. The Upanishad which we are going to look into is found in Atharva Veda. Atharva Veda has another 3 important Upanishads also. Prashna, Mundak, this one Mandukya and Kaivalya. These 4 Vedas, 4 Upanishads are found in Atharva Veda. And if you noted, in the beginning we chanted the Shanti Mantra, prayer. Bhadrang Karnebhihi Shrunuyama Devaha. That is the tradition, that the prayer which you chant should be of the Veda to which the Upanishad belongs. So this is the prayer of Atharva Veda, Om Bhadrang Karnebhihi. That is why we chanted that. So as I said, this belongs to Atharva Veda. And it is supposed to be the shortest of all these 10 Upanishads, contains only 12 mantras. But these 12 mantras contain the essence of non-duality. This is a very, very unique. This Mandukya Upanishad has a very unique place. Why? Because it contains, it tells us whatever we need to know about the world as well as the truth of it. So, about the nature of the world plus about the nature of the truth. Both of this are very well taught in this Upanishad. And it is said that Mandukyam ekam eva alam mumukshunam vimuktaye. It has been said in one of the Upanishad, Muktiko Upanishad. It has been said that study of this just one Upanishad, study of this Mandukya Upanishad is enough for the liberation of the seekers, liberation of the aspirants. What is enough? Just study of this one Upanishad, which is Mandukya Upanishad. Let me tell you that Shankaracharyaji was inspired by this Upanishad so much because his guru, his guru's guru, his teacher's teacher, who is that? Gaudapadacharyaji. Shankaracharyaji's teacher was Govindapada and his teacher was Gaudapadacharyaji. That Gaudapadacharyaji was so inspired by this Mandukya Upanishad that he wrote a metrical composition called Karika, containing 215 verses on this Mandukya Upanishad. And let me tell you, this Mandukya Karika, the metrical composition which he wrote, is supposed to be more important than the Upanishad itself. It's supposed to be that important. And it very clearly shows that Brahman is Satyam, Atma is Satyam, Satyam means truth, and I should not say, but it very clearly shows that the world is apparent. World is, I won't say unreal, but it is mithya, if you have heard about that word. Mithya means apparent. It is seen, but is not there. It is seen, it is too difficult to swallow this, very difficult to understand this, but all the same, Karikakara, Kaudapadacharyaji brought this out. And Shankaracharyaji was so much inspired by this that he has written Bhashya, a commentary upon Mandukya Upanishad. As with other Upanishads, there is nothing much, no big reason about the nomenclature. It is called Mandukya maybe after a sage called Manduka. Maybe after a sage, the rishi called Manduka. And they also say, there is another thing also, that you must have heard this Manduka means a frog. It means a frog. And these frogs, for 9 months of the year, they are in hibernation. And India, it is like that. Then in 4 months of rainy season or monsoon, they come out. Suddenly, all of a sudden, when it begins to rain, they come out and they start croaking, making that sound. And rishis, sages see. Similarly, the sages also, they remain in samadhi, in meditation for most part of the year. And then when for Chaturmasa, for 4 months when they come in public, they start declaring what? Brahma Satyam, Jagan Mithya. World, Brahman, the self, the Atma is real, the rest is Mithya means what? Apparent. It may promise you something, it's not there. And it is manifested, whatever you see is manifestation of this self. Don't be deluded by that. What you are seeing there is not there, but it is here. What it means is what you see there is reflection of what is here. When we see that, we are always there. We always look there, but it is nothing. It is reflection of what you are. The world is nothing but a reflection of what you are. It is nothing but glory of Atma, glory of the reality. And instead of looking here, instead of finding it here, we run after that which is a show, which is a magic, just as a magician shows all kinds of things. From a fake currency note, from a paper, he will make a show of as if it is $50 note or $100 note. And we will be deluded by that. But if he really had that, then why will he be doing this? Why will he be giving the shows? So, world is like that. The sages say, the world is something comparable to that. Just as, another example, just as in dream, where is that dream? Dream is nothing but what? My mind is spread out. What I see in the dream is nothing but manifestation of my mind. But while I am dreaming, I take it to be real. In the dream, there is subject-object play. In the dream, I am there, plus others are there. I make that division. This is I and others are different from me. And there are animate and inanimate objects there also. And the play becomes real. There also I really become happy, really become unhappy, really cry. Arey, why? But I'm crying. Sleeping on my bed. Swapne sajiva sukha dukkha bhokta. There also I experience sukha, I experience dukkha. Why? I take it to be real. I take this duality, this multiplicity to be real. What does this Upanishad show, The crux The essence which we will find in this Upanishad is this, that this world is nothing but a big dream. Just as I had my small dream, the world is comparable to a dream. Which means what? Yes, the scope and the dimension is different. But nonetheless, what is it? Comparable to dream. Which means what? You are not different from me. I am not different from you. What is all this? This microphone, this, that, chair, table, house, Boston, New Jersey, India, everything. What is it? Nothing but. This can, if we understand all this, it can change our life. We take all these things to be so real. But when we come to know this is nothing but a play of oneself with oneself, Advaita, total non-duality. There is no substantial difference between you and me. No substantial difference between me and the wall. No substantial, even science say that now. But from where have they sprung up? From where have they come about? Just as where did the dream come about from? It was nothing but whatever impressions were embedded in the mind got spread in the dream. The strong impressions of the waking state created a world of its own in the dream. How long did it remain? Before I went to sleep, the dream world was not there. Was it there? No. Momentarily I saw. And then I wake up because early morning I have to go. So the tension is there. I'm strongly conscious that in the morning, early morning I have to go and something wakes me up. And I'm awake and I come out of the dream. And in the dream, where was I? I was in, Canada, seeing the Niagara, this falls. And when I wake up, where am I? In my room, where there is no drop of water also. Where did I get the Niagara from? Imagine the fall there. Where did I get it? It was nothing but my mind. My mind had that capacity, that power, in the same manner, Ishvara, this big dream, he has that power, knowledge, power, all the Shakti he has to create this. But what is it? Everything is nothing but just one. Just one. If we ponder over this, if we seriously give a thought to this, what will happen to our likes and dislikes? Our enmity, our envy, our jealousy, our competition, our rivalry, where will it go? All evaporated. Why? Because who am I competing with? Who am I envious of? I just cannot stand you. I hate you. No. When I come to know it is a play of myself with myself. Play with myself. Just I am there. I am all the actors. The subject also me, object also me. Do you realize that why we should learn all this? We are living in a world which is nothing but comparable to a dream. And if we give reality to dream, we know that it's not going to last long. Similarly, this world also, before it gets over, let me wake up. Wake up to the truth. And this is what is contained in the capsule form. In the capsule form, it is contained in Mandukya. It is contained in this Upanishad, Mandukya. It needed Gaudapadacharyaji to bring it out. But it is contained here. Seers are required, We may not notice all this. When we read the Upanishad, we'll close the book. My goodness, headache. I need, even with all the coffees, Starbucks and everything, I may not understand anything. Very boring, very tough. Even those people well versed with grammar, well versed with logic, well versed with all this, also fail to understand this. You have to learn it from a teacher who knows this. Teacher who himself is abiding in the self and can lead you to that, can enable you to arise from the sleep of ignorance, can enable you to arise from the slumber of ignorance. That sleep is constant. That sleep is constant in our, we are awake but sleeping. We are apparently awake but sleeping where? Where? Ignorance. In ignorance we are, provided we know the self, provided we know this is drama. Imagine in the dream, if you wake up, then what will happen? Supposing it doesn't happen, that even when the dream is going on, you wake up and still dream goes on. Then what will be your relationship with that dream? You will enjoy it, wouldn't you? You have woken up supposedly from that dream and still the dream is going on. It doesn't happen, but imagine that kind of situation. Then what will be your reaction to that dream? What will be your relationship with you will enjoy. Why? All figment of imagination. All play of mind. I am not affected. I am not touched. On the contrary, I enjoy it because I have won a lottery. There I am a rich man. In reality, I am a pauper. But in dream, I am rich. So I enjoy it. So what I am trying to say is this: Mandukya unfolds this knowledge for us. And that is why it is very, very important. It's pregnant, it is profound with this knowledge, Just 12 mantras, just 12 mantras. But this 12 mantras, the essence of this 12 mantra is this. So, in the coming days, in 4 days, we will try to see this. Plus, I will also tell you at the outset that here in this Upanishad, the Upanishad employs Omkara. You must have heard about this Omkara, this mantra, one syllable mantra, Om. We all have heard about it, Om. It is through this, employs Omkara as a means to take us to Atma. Omkara is used as a means, employed as a means to carry out the analysis of Atma. So if we want to know what Om is, we all chant all the time what Om is. We keep on chanting. Omkara, Om, Om, Om Shantihi, Shantihi, Shanti. Everybody knows this. But what does it mean? Om is the name of Ishvara. Om is the name of the reality. The reality in all its aspects. Which aspect? With form, without form. With form means with attributes, that is Saguna. With form and with attributes, Saguna. That is also Om. Om stands for that also. And Om also stands for the reality which is the substratum of this entire creation. So when you chant this Om, automatically both of them come. What? The creation as well as the substratum of the creation. This is what Omkara is. And this Upanishad employs Omkara as a means to take us to Atma. As a means to take us to Atma. So that is good. That will be the method mainly of this Upanishad. In short, it is a very, very important Upanishad. Even though it contains only 12 mantras, it's not going to be possible that we can cover all of them in these 4 days. So what I propose is, I will be giving you the gist. I'll be giving you the gist or the essence of the entire Upanishad. Thereby we will be covering the mantras. But we will not be able to go to each mantra on its own. I mean, individually we will not be able to take all the mantras. But the gist I will be giving you. And we'll try our best to take you to the self, which is your very core, by unfolding this Upanishad. So, from tomorrow we will start. Shall we do some meditation?
Sure.
Okay. Today I have given you some idea. And according to what Prabodh Bhai has planned the schedule, he wants that we talk something about Upanishad plus do some meditation also. So for some time we can do even that. And then from tomorrow onwards we will have talk followed by meditation and followed by Q&A if there are any. Q&A, because if there are questions, then it becomes my responsibility to try my best to resolve them. So that is going to be our schedule. So sit back everybody. So we'll try to carry out some meditation. Wherever you are, try to be comfortable. Just a second. Before that, I would also like to tell you something about meditation. You must be doing it in some form or the other. But the meditation that we are going to talk about is called really Nadityasanam. It is called Nadityasanam. Nadityasanam means appointment with yourself. Kinds of meditations. One, I'm just giving you basic information. There is one kind of meditation where the object of meditation is different from you. The object of meditation is different from you. Say for instance, image of Ishvara. Say there is Lord Krishna or Lord Rama or Lord Shiva. You look upon him as different. He is your Ishvara and you are the one meditating upon him. And what do you do there? You think upon his form, his qualities, his nature and all that he stands for. All that Lord Shiva or Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna is nothing but love. He stands for love. And meditation means you think upon him, you try to please him, and you want your mind to get totally engrossed in the object of meditation. Here we are talking about the meditation in which, as I said, the object of meditation is different from you. So there can be image, there can be some forms also, like Omkara also. You can keep an Omkara before you, Swastika before you. In the olden days, in the Vedic times, they used to meditate upon the elements of nature. This forms such as Lord Krishna, others, they came after Puranas. But earlier, you can even meditate upon space and water and fire, this kind of things also. But meditation means what? You try to become one with it. Your mind gains the form of the object of meditation. You know, Saguna Brahma Vishaya Manasa Vyaparaha. Your mind completely thinks about the qualities and the attributes of the object of meditation. So much so that your mind also becomes of that form. Not literally, but mind is always, mind is always like what you think about. Here they say that just as when you pour, what shall we say, the melted wax into some mold, then what happens? That wax takes the form of that mold. Or when we are making some chocolates, etc., then we pour it in different molds, having different shapes, and that takes the shape of that. Similarly, when the mind, each and every thought of the mind, understand, each and every thought of the mind is going where? To the object of your meditation. Consistently, this has to be done. In the beginning, mind may not cooperate. Mind will waver, mind will run away. That is because it is for this reason that Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita asks of Lord Krishna. He says, my mind is too flimsy. It doesn't remain in one place. Chanchalam hi manah Krishna. It is very restless. It goes from one object to another object. And how to meditate? It is very difficult. So Lord Krishna said, yes, I agree. But Abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyena cha gruhyate. By constant application, moment it goes, that is the nature of the mind, that is how it is made. When I am looking at you, I think of you. Then when I look at him, that will come in my mind. That is the nature of the mind. We have to catch it. We have to stop that and think in such a manner that it focuses only upon one object. And for that constant flow of thought is to be maintained in one object. That is what we have to do. What is the result? After a long time, the devotee who is meditating in this way comes to know his Ishvara. His mind gains those qualities. Mind gains those qualities. And the results are also there for that. But this is the meditation where, as I said, what? The object of meditation is different from you. Now, the meditation which we are going to talk about is called Nadityasanam. Here, you are meditating upon the object not different from you. You are meditating upon your very own self. So it is meditation upon the very meditator. Meditation upon the very meditator. What do you mean by that? Here, what we mean is that first for this, I have to meditate upon myself. Which myself? Which myself? The ignorant one? So far, I took myself to be this body, this upadhi, this vesha. This is just an instrument. This is just a garb given to us, apparel given to us. And we are so identified with that I am as good as my body. I am today as good as my mind is, as good as my intellect is. Now we know better that I am not this. I am not this body, not mind, not intellect, not vital air, none of that. But that is deeply rooted in me. So now in the meditation we sit back in a comfortable position and then meditate upon this. What? We don't have to create the self. Atma is not to be created, it is there. What we have to do is to remove. What we have to do is to negate. Negate what? All superimpositions. Wrong perceptions which I have entertained so far. What have I entertained so far? That is what I knew so far. I am a woman. I am wife. I am mother. I have so many duties. Yes, that is there. But now, it is just now, that doesn't go away. That I am my wife doesn't go away. But now I know that that is a role played by me. That is not reality about me. I am the actor. Which actor? Atma. The self. Playing the role of what? Playing different roles. Mother, wife, sister. So many roles we play. But all of them are now roles. Changing every moment. Depends on who is before you. If your daughter is before you, you are mother. If your mother-in-law is before you, you are daughter-in-law. If your husband is before you, you are wife. The same, but who are you? Who are you in reality? Mother or daughter-in-law or mother-in-law or wife? Who are you? And one moment I say I am walker. Next moment talker. Third moment thinker. Fourth moment driver. Fifth moment cook. Cooker we cannot say. Cook. Then who am I? What is my real nature? None of this. All these are different functions of the body. Then who am I? Should we not know that? Who am I? I am merely, not merely, but I am existence, consciousness, happiness. Rest of the things occur in the mind. Let them occur, don't stop. But now you are aware of, even otherwise, but we don't make note of this. I am aware of, just as I am aware of you. I am aware of you. I am aware of the fan. Similarly, I am aware of this body. This body is an object of my knowledge. Just as you are object of my knowledge. You are drishya, seen, and I am the seer. Similarly, my body, this body, is also what? Object of my knowledge. And I am seer, drishta, witness. Similarly, I am aware of my organs of action. And who am I? Awarer is different from what he is aware of. Did you see this? There where I took everything to be one, we have now seen two. Did you mark that? So far, I thought this one thing. No, here there are two. Where I think is one. Here there are two. Seer. See, in this one part is seer. Other part is what? Seen. So far, we thought it is one. That which applies to the body applies to mind also. I keep on saying my mind angry, my mind jealous, my mind happy, my mind I am not in mood. Are you aware of that or not? I am not in mood, Swamini. Don't call me now. Don't call me now. I have just come back from work. Which means what? You are identifying with the mind of which you are aware of. And awarer is different from what he is seeing. I am the seer and seen are different. Just I am the seer of this microphone, I am different from it. I see you, I am different from you. Exactly in the same way, I'm seeing my thoughts. I'm aware of my thoughts. One thought is coming, going. Another thought comes and goes. One thought is of anger. Another thought is of happiness. Third thought is of jealousy. Fourth thought of different things. Am I not watching that? I know, but still I become one with it. I join with it. Seer joins with the seen. Not that it really happens. Seer remains seen, but here he combines them. And then what happens? What is the calamity? I become one with the seen. If the seen is good, then I am that. If the scene is pleasant, I am pleasant. If the scene is unpleasant, I am unpleasant. If the thought is good, what do I say? I am happy, very happy. And if the thought is unhappy thought, then I am unhappy. Understood? I am happy. The thought is of anger. And then you join with it. Then who is angry? See, there is a thought, there is I. Try to understand. There is a thought, object of my knowledge, and I am there. These two are there. But there is nothing called I am angry. There is a thought and there is I. But in our ignorance, what do we do? Combine. And then there is birth of what? I am angry. Understood? I am angry. This angry is combination of I and you. Subject and object. When combined together comes the third person. Third thing. There was a thought, particular thought, and I, object. I am subject watching that thought. But I join with it. Identify with it. And I think it is me. Then I am angry. Thought is of anger and I join with it and I become angry. Now what we have to do? Separate them. They are already separate, but here you separate them. Thought is of anger, thought is of jealousy, thought is of unhappiness, not me. I am the illuminator of the thought. Just as sun illumines the objects, light illumines the things underneath, that there is a light and it illumines all of you. Similarly, Atma, what is it? Consciousness, light, which illumines whatever is there before it. Which means what? I am separate from it. I need not join and become unhappy. I am unnecessarily joining which is not possible to join. That is what is said in Brahma Sutra. In Brahma Sutra, it is Bhashikara, in the Upodghata, he says where Yushmat Asmat Pratyaya Gochirayoho, that which is object and that which is subject cannot be united. But I make possible which is impossible. That which is theoretically impossible, what? To join object and subject. Not possible. But I do that. Where? In my ignorance. So ignorance does this, not a joke, not a simple thing. That is why Lord Krishna says, Arjuna, who is going to die? You are grieving so much. Neither are you going to die, nor are others going to die, nor are you going to kill anyone, nor are you going to be killed by them. Atma is not touched by all this. Na hanyate hanyamane sharire. All this we know, perhaps. First we have to know all this. And then, just by knowing it once, listening it once doesn't go. Because habit is formed. Habit is formed. Moment we'll get up and go out. Where is my car? Who has parked in my parking lot? Who has what? Sometimes people wear others' shoes. By mistake, it happens many times. Immediately we fight. Can't you make out your shoes? How come you are wearing mine? went away with my things. Immediately the old habit comes. Habit dies hard, they say, which is very true. Same thing has happened with us. For years together, lives together, from time immemorial, we have taken ourselves to be limited jiva, limited being. Now this is not going to go that easily. So what should I do? Meditation. Which means what? I give quality time to myself. Sit back. Just as we take appointment of doctors, lawyers. We take appointment, otherwise they will not. When is your time? Why did you come now without appointment? I will not. Similarly, we must give that appointment time with ourselves. Sit back. Now, come on, everybody. I just gave you what we are going to do. Now, try to relax. And try to fold your hands and fingers intertwined, or maybe you may keep it on your thighs. Relax. Keep the head, neck and the back part in one line as much as possible. Don't strain it too much, otherwise you may have backache, etc. So as much as possible in one line so that we don't doze off. Then close your eyes softly, very softly. There should not be any pressure upon that. And now, generally speaking, to calm our minds, because we want to meditate, we need a receptive, absorbing, alert mind. And for that, one of the methods, and very effective method, is that you take Ishvara's name with all the devotion. He is all powerful, all knowing. He knows what I am going to do, what are my intentions, and we silently pray that please, Ishvara, please help me in knowing myself. And for that we take Ishvara's name. Just try to repeat what I am saying. Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya. Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah 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 Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya.
I offer my salutations unto Shiva, Lord Shiva. I invoke His grace in my journey to know myself. I am not this physical body. I am not a man or a woman or a child. This body is the assembly of different components, and all of them are objects of my knowledge. I am aware of the body as well as different pains and aches in it. Similarly, I am not the mind. Mind is nothing but a flow of thoughts. There are different kinds of thought arising in the mind. I am aware of each one. A thought, a given thought arises, remains, and goes away. Replacing another thought. That which comes and goes, that which changes every moment, that which is variable, unsteady, cannot be the self. Self has to be steady, constant, of the nature of consciousness, which is unattached to anything. Thoughts are inert, just as the body is also inert. They appear conscious thanks to the consciousness of the self. Inherently or essentially, the body as well as the mind, sense organs of knowledge, action, and the vital air, none of this are conscious by themselves. They are all inert. And that which is inert cannot be the self. It is due to the presence of consciousness that they appear conscious. Similarly, intellect, which means the deciding, the judging faculty, is equally inert. It also gains the capacity to do what it does because of consciousness. And I am aware of the judgments of the intellect. The rule is that whatever I am aware of is distinct from me. I am the self, and whatever I am aware of is non-self, Anatma. I understand this very well. In the seat of meditation, I see a distance between the subject and the object, meaning the self and the non-self. Then who am I? I am existence. Isness. Nothing attached to this existence, just is. And this existence is also consciousness. Sat, Chit. Consciousness means awareness. Not aware of something, but pure awareness. That I am is something I know. It is self-revealing. Body cannot reveal itself because it is inert. Mind also cannot reveal itself without consciousness. But consciousness doesn't require any other source of illumination. It is conscious by itself. And this existence and consciousness is nothing but happiness, anandaha. I am anandaha, happiness. There is no source of happiness other than the self. And I am that. Let me own up my true nature. Chidananda Rupaha Shivoham Shivoham. I am of the nature of Chit Ananda, consciousness, happiness. I am Shiva. Shiva means auspiciousness, divine. This is my reality. Let me just be this. Just be. For some time, give up all other responsibilities, duties, anxieties, they all belong to the personality, the body, mind, intellect. And I am not that. I am Brahman, Atma. Just be that. Silence is my nature. This silence is not void. Silence is consciousness, existence, happiness. Just be. When I am thinking or meditating upon silence, I am silence. It is free from all unhappiness. It is just silence. Shantoham. Thoughts arise from silence, merge in silence. Try to be in this silence and know it as your reality. Chidananda Rupaha Shivoham Shivoham Chidananda Rupaha Shivoham Shivoham. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you.
Thank you, Swamini, for the wonderful introduction.